Thanks for coming in today. We're going to talk about something that you did as a sixth grader, one-step equations with addition and subtraction. We're going to really look at the correct format you should use to set up your equation for solving to get that solution and then to check that solution. Those are the key things you really need to walk away with here as a seventh grader and bring strong to your eighth grade class in the fall. All right, so get your notes page ready. The learning target, I believe, is already typed in for you, but if it's not, I'll give you a second here. I can solve one-step equations with addition and subtraction by making a zero pair with the constants on both sides of the equation. We're going back to a vocabulary word from our integers unit, zero pair, and then also the word constants, which we just kind of worked on in our expressions review the last couple days. So that idea of zero pair is taking a number and finding its pair that would make it into zero. So for example, if I said 6 to make it into 0, what other number is 6 steps from 0 but the opposite of 6? If you said -6, that's correct. So 6 and -6 would be a zero pair. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what's an equation. This is our first real look at equations as seventh graders, though you did this last year. An equation is a sentence stating that two quantities are equal. An equation has an equal sign. This is really important right here. It's different from an expression because it has an equal sign, exclamation point, exclamation point. Use a highlighter, circle this, write this in a different color. This is also very important. You have to remember that an equation is something, one thing is equal to the other. So whatever's on the left side of that equal sign is equal to what's on the right side of that equal side. There's a balance. I have an additional video for this lesson, which I will give you access to at some point. It's another way to look at same problems teaching, but we really stress the idea of that balance. Left side equals right side. It's like a scale, keeping it balanced. So these two things that are starred, very important. Highlight, different color, circle, star, do something to make them stand out in your notes. You're going to keep seeing this first start idea in all of the instructions that I give you. So last year you worked on solving these with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Today we're just going to focus on addition and subtraction. Just keep in mind as you're going through the process, the left side has to equal the right side. That's what makes it an equation. That equal sign, left side equals right side. So our first example is x plus 3 equals 6. Step 1, make a zero pair with the constant. What would be the constant in this equation? Positive 3. What's a zero pair with positive 3? -3. So I just rewrote the equation here, x plus 3 equals 6, and I wrote my zero pair below on the left side. What I do to the left side, I have to do to the right side. So -3 on the left, -3 on the right. Plus 3 minus 3 makes a zero pair. So you're left with x on the left side. 6 minus 3 is 3. So 1x equals 3. The coefficient of your variable should be a 1. You can write that 1 in or not write it in. Some of these videos I'll have it written in, some I won't. You can do it whichever way you're most comfortable with, but know that that's a coefficient of 1. Once you get down to this statement where you have variable on left, answer on right, or answer on left, variable on right, it can go either way, you're going to check your solution. To check your solution, rewrite the original equation. And then you're going to substitute in what you got for your variable. So we said x is 3. So where x is, you put that answer. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Now do the math. Is 3 plus 3 6? Yeah, 6 equals 6. The left side equals the right side, so we know we're good. Give it a thumbs up. Okay? Let's look at another one. This one-step equation has subtraction. We're going to follow the same steps here. Left side equals right side. You got to keep that in your head. What's our constant in y minus 3 equals 4? negative 3. So what would be a zero pair with negative 3? Positive 3. So after you do the rewrite, you're going to add 3 on the left side and add 3 on the right side. Positive 3, positive 3. This makes our zero pair. So I just included this little slash here. This would be something I would do if I was teaching to you in the classroom. I would cross those out so that I see I have 1 y left, and 4 plus 3 is 7. So 1y equals 7. I want to check that. So I'm going to go to my check, rewrite the equation. Y minus 3 equals 4. What did we say y is? We said y is 7. So now we're going to rewrite it instead of with y. 7 minus 3 is 4. What's 7 minus 3? Do the math. 4. 4 equals 4. Left side equals right side. Let's look at another example. This equation looks different than the previous two. How? If you said the variable term is not first, you are correct. The constant actually comes first. 7 plus 1x equals 13. I know that's 1x even though a 1's not written there. All right, I'm going to follow the same steps. Make a zero pair with the constant. So what's my constant? The constant's what's being added or subtracted to the variable term. So the constant's 7. 13's on the other side of the equal sign. It's not being added or subtracted. It's the answer. So positive 7 is my constant. What would be a zero pair with positive 7? Negative 7. So we're going to subtract 7 or put negative 7 on both sides of that equation, keeping it balanced. What you do on one side, you have to do on the other. These would eliminate and make a zero pair. And then you have 1x equals 13 minus 7 is 6. 1x equals 6. You're going to check that solution, rewrite your equation, substitute in for the variable. X equals 6. We're going to put a 6 here. 7 plus 6 equals 13. 7 plus 6 is 13. So 13 does equal 13. Left side equals right side. Okay? Let's look at one more. 12 equals x minus 8. How is this one different from the first three? If you said the variable term and constant are on the right this time, you are correct. So our constant is negative 8. What would be a zero pair with negative 8? Positive 8 is correct. So we're going to add 8 to both sides. I just rewrote the equation. Add 8 to both sides. Negative 8 and positive 8 make that zero pair. You're left with 1x on the right side and positive 12 and positive 8, then make 20. So 20 equals 1x. Don't turn it around. Don't write x equals 20. There's no x on the left side. Your variable's on the right side, so it stays on the right side. Very important. All right, for your check, rewrite the equation. 12 equals x minus 8. We're saying x equals 20. So now we're going to rewrite it again. 12 equals 20 minus 8. We're substituting that solution in. 20 minus 8 is 12. The left side equals the right side. Hopefully you remember this as we went through these 4 examples. Use these examples to help you on the upcoming practice. And if you were asked to submit these notes, please submit them. Thank you.